Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Homework Help. And here we are. We are in week 5. This is another one of those modules we're going to be covering a couple or another one of these weeks. We're going to be covering 2 modules. Again, I've reduced some of the content in here to make it a little bit more manageable and still meet the learning objectives of the course. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we're doing this week in the course. So let's move my picture up here to the side and just kind of draw your attention to a couple of things that we have going on and be aware of some due dates I'm going to be giving you here. So we got again module covering modules 6 and 7 this week, and then in our final week in week 6 we'll just be covering module 8. So 6 and 7 for this week. I did one of the students did ask for these modules to be opened early, and I did open them a little early. So if you had a little preview over the weekend, great. But I know many of you were still working on a lot of the material covered in the other 2 modules. It was a lot, I know. Um, I have also, just to make you aware, I have opened module 8 as well. So if you're lucky enough to be that far ahead, you can go ahead and take a look at module 8. All I ask, and there might be a 2, 3, 4 of you who may actually complete all 3 modules this week. All I ask is that please check in with the course, especially let's say on Wednesday and Friday next week, even though you may have everything completed, just please continue to check in on the course. There could be some important updates. I know there will be some of you who just work really far ahead and fast. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. And you may have this course completely finished this week. Up to you if you wish to do that. But again, please check in, check the course news, check your grades, both on Wednesday and Friday. Make sure everything is there and that you've caught up on any news items that I have in the course. All right. So this week with the modules 6 and 7, with 6, we are going to have our second case study. That second case study will be due at the end of the class. So just make sure that's in by Sunday, week 6. Okay. It is not due this week. Repeat, not due this week. You have 2 weeks to work on that case study. Remember, like I've said with our previous case study, all I'm asking for is really some thoughtful answers. You're bringing some of the language back that we've learned into the course, into that case study, that you are answering those questions fully as described in here. Well, let's take a look at it real quick. So, with the case study, we have the Coral Bay Hospital. You have 4 questions that we'll be looking at. The these concepts of net present value, internal rate of return. As you're looking at some of these questions, these are concepts that we have covered in either the modules being presented this week or in previous modules. So we're bringing back some of that information in some cases. You may wish to use a table to illustrate that. Don't worry if it's not absolutely perfect. There are always things that you're looking at this case study, you're reading all the nuances in it, and you might know, well, how do I apply real estate or what have you? If you don't know how to apply it, that is okay. But there are some numbers that are going to be given to you that definitely look like cash flows. You're going to see opportunity rates given. You're going to know how to apply those. Remember, there is no right or wrong answer necessarily. I'm really just looking for a thoughtful process in here. It is amazing. I have students who always find things in these case studies that I've missed. So, feel free, have some fun with it. But again, I'm looking for process, some thought, some emphasis in that. Have fun. Pretend like you're the CEO, you're the CFO of a company, of a healthcare organization, and have some fun with it. But make sure that you are answering all 4 questions in one or more full paragraphs. And if you are using any tables or charts, in addition, not to substitute for the paragraph. So I've had students who have just done the charts but haven't given the paragraph of narrative. You got to have at least the full paragraph, maybe 2, And if you want to use a chart or graph or what have you, then that as well. Okay, so that's a little bit about the case study. The other activity, we have another learning activity for this week. You guys are doing really well with that. We have our midterm exam number 2. Think of it again as a beefy quiz. Did great on midterm 1. I think our average ended up to be around 92% on midterm 1, so that was really great. Again, another midterm examination, kind of like a glorified quiz that we're having this week, and then a progress journal. Progress journal, pretty easy. We also, for the module 7, topic essay, and then another learning activity in there. So quite a bit. Again, we're pushing that case study though out until the end of module 8. So try to work through that. Don't let that case study get ahead of you. Otherwise, in module 8, which will be week 6, that could make a really difficult week 6 for you. Okay, so that covers all that we're doing. Grade wise, I know I got a bunch of material sent to me because of the modules 4 and 5 coming through. I am still trying to wade through all of that. My knock on wood guarantee to you is that we'll have all grading caught up by Friday. So give me through till Friday on that. I will put a course news just confirming at that point all grades have been caught up. That would also be a good time once you see that confirmation show up in the course news. That would be a good time to review your grade book. Make sure if you see anything missing, that's when you're going to want to notify me. If I see a missing assignment, my signal to you is I usually put a 1 in there, a grade of 1. Usually means it wasn't in the Dropbox. If you put it in the wrong Dropbox or what have you. So take a look at the grades at that point, so we can go into the final week of the course without having to track down any individual assignments, or at least we have that final week to track down any individual assignments that could be out there. And I'll say it probably a couple more times before the course closes. I do accept late work. If there is something that you didn't do, feel free. Like, let's say, oh, I didn't do the case study. Well, case study is worth a lot of points. So that one you may want to get in, definitely even late. I will take some points off, but that's one that you definitely, my recommendation would not want to zero on. The case studies, looking at our syllabus here, the point value attached was pretty significant. And I know I had a few students who did not turn in, a couple that I haven't seen the case studies come in on. So each case study is worth 100 points. Yeah, double checking. No, sorry. Each case study is worth 50 points. That's a good chunk. That could impact a letter grade. So think of it that way. Some of you with the extra credit that's been in there may not need it. May not need your extra credit, but do keep in mind those are worth 50 points. We will have a final exam that'll be 150. Each one of your midterms are worth 75. So, do try to get some. If you do have a 0, I would recommend handing in any assignment. Even half points are better than no points. And as I said also multiple times, that usually where students see their grades go down, letter grades, is because I have missing assignments in there. All right. Well, that concludes the weekend review. Remember, on Friday, look for the confirmation in the course news that the grades are complete. And at that point, go back and review the grade book and make sure everything is in there. And if there isn't missing something, text me, let me know, and we'll start hunting that down or work to get that submitted. Also, there'll be homework help will be posted. I'll probably actually post that tonight, so we'll get the homework help posted in that. And I might be shooting another video, maybe some case study number 2, helpful hints or techniques for case study 2. So look for all of those videos. still to come this week. So keep checking the course news, keep watching the videos, and keep current with what's going on in the course. All right, well, that concludes the weekend review for this week. And as always, thanks for watching.